At a high-tension situation room at the Pentagon, the U.S. military is closely monitoring a suspected terrorist funeral gathering in Baluchistan. They believe a high-value target is present, but the visual confirmation is blurry. A sophisticated AI intelligence system known as ARIA analyzes the data and advises the Secretary of Defense, Callister, to abort the mission. ARIA calculates a 51% probability that the target is not the terrorist leader, but a civilian. Callister agrees with the abort and recommends it to the president, but the president overrules the computer's advice and orders the strike. Using a drone strike, the army kills the man, along with everyone else at the funeral. We later find out the man they killed was not a terrorist at all. Because of this terrible mistake, the U.S. faces many attacks on their embassies abroad, causing many casualties among U.S. citizens. Far away from that situation room, in the city of Chicago, a young man named Jerry Shaw is working at a copy shop. Jerry is an underachiever, living in the shadow of his successful twin brother, but we see exactly how smart he is when he sits down at a poker table. He bluffs his way through a high-stakes game, winning enough money to pay his rent. His life is upended when he receives a call from his mother. His twin brother Ethan, who served in the Air Force, has died in a car accident. Jerry attends the funeral and shares a tense moment with his father, who is still disappointed that Jerry dropped out of Stanford. Following the service, Jerry stops at an ATM to withdraw cash and is stunned to find a massive deposit of $750,000 suddenly sitting in his account. The machine begins spitting out bills uncontrollably. He grabs the cash and leaves in confusion. Meanwhile, we meet Rachel Holloman, a single mother. She is dropping off her son Sam to the train station for a class trip to Washington, D.C. with his school band, who are scheduled to play at the Kennedy Center. Jerry returns to his apartment to find it filled with deliveries he didn't order. Inside the boxes are ammonium nitrate, weapons, night vision goggles, and forged passports. Suddenly, his cell phone rings. A calm, synthetic female voice speaks to him. "Jerry Shaw, you have been activated." The voice warns him that the FBI is 30 seconds away and he must flee. Still confused, he stays put. Yeah, not the best move. Exactly 30 seconds later, the FBI raids the apartment, arresting him as a suspected terrorist. At the FBI field office, Agent Tom Morgan interrogates Jerry. Morgan refuses to believe Jerry's story about the mysterious call and the money. Morgan leaves the room and encounters Air Force Special Agent Zoe Perez. She wants to question Jerry because she suspects Ethan's death wasn't an accident, but Morgan refuses to let her interfere with his case. During their argument, a fax arrives from the Attorney General ordering the FBI to give Jerry one phone call. An agent leads Jerry to a phone. When he answers, the voice tells him to drop to the floor. Now imagine this. You are locked in a federal building, and instantly a construction crane smashes through the wall, tearing the room open. The voice guides Jerry through the debris, hacking traffic lights and digital signs to clear a path. A screen commands him to jump. He hesitates, but hearing the FBI closing in, he jumps onto the train tracks. The screen directs him to board the train, and he complies. Rachel is out for drinks with friends when her phone rings. The voice tells her to look at a screen across the street. She sees live footage of Sam on the train. The voice threatens to derail the train unless she follows orders. She is instructed to get into a black Porsche Cayenne. Rachel tries to dial 911, but the voice reminds her that disobedience means death for Sam. On the train, the voice calls Jerry again, ordering him to wait 3 stops. When he attempts to switch trains, the system shuts down. The voice isn't happy. She broadcasts a message to all passengers identifying Jerry as a terrorist, forcing him to flee to the waiting Porsche. Jerry jumps into the car where he meets Rachel. At first, they mistrust each other, each believing the other is the terrorist. However, the car locks its doors automatically and the GPS takes over. The voice speaks through the speakers, stating they have been paired for a mission. If they refuse, they die or Sam dies. Police and FBI arrive. They speed away, pursued by Agent Morgan. The voice manipulates traffic signals to cause massive pileups, blocking the police, and controls the car's speed and steering. Following her guidance, they escape and dump the car in the river. Jerry and Rachel realize their controller has access to every networked camera, phone, and system in the city. They are trapped in a digital web with no way out. While Jerry and Rachel are trying to survive, Agent Perez breaks into Ethan's apartment. She finds a hidden Department of Defense computer running a program called Eagle Eye. But the program is heavily encrypted, and the moment she tries to bypass the security, the whole thing self-destructs. Leaving the apartment, Perez is intercepted by Secretary Callister. He takes her to a highly classified facility where things get even weirder. Inside a massive server room sits ARIA. Callister explains that ARIA is a supercomputer built to process every bit of intelligence data the DoD collects. But then he drops the real bombshell. Jerry's brother Ethan wasn't just a soldier, he was actually ARIA's primary handler. Back in the city, Jerry and Rachel reach their next location. Using the voice's perfect timing and her ability to hack every automated system, they ambush 2 armored guards and steal a secure briefcase. They have to move fast, so they flee the scene and hop onto a Japanese tour bus. The voice calls Jerry again, ordering him to change his clothes and proceed to a specific building if he finally wants to meet her. When Jerry and Rachel enter the room, they are in for a shock. ARIA reveals herself to them, and they finally realize the voice isn't a person at all, it's a sentient machine. To prove she knows everything about them, ARIA plays childhood videos of Jerry and Ethan. She claims her only mission is to protect the American people, and after seeing her power, Jerry agrees to help. Things only get more intense later that day. Agent Morgan tracks them all the way to the airport. A man hands Jerry an envelope with forged IDs and credit cards. As Jerry goes through security, Rachel is ordered to put the briefcase on the scanner. But don't worry, ARIA is already in the system. She alters the scanner's digital image to hide what is inside. As Jerry waits to board the plane, he locks eyes with Morgan. Jerry and Rachel take off running. Morgan chases them into the luggage area, but ARIA starts manipulating the conveyor belts and moving machinery to alter his path. This gives Jerry and Rachel just enough time to escape right under his nose. ARIA directs them onto an Air Force transport plane headed for DC. Once they are on board, the briefcase finally unlocks. Inside, they find syringe-like devices filled with a special serum. ARIA tells them the serum will slow their heart rates so they can survive in a low-oxygen environment. They inject themselves and hide inside a cargo crate where they both fall fast asleep. While they are in the air, Perez and Major Bowman make a huge discovery back at the Pentagon. They find a memory card that Ethan managed to hide right before he died. They watch the video and it confirms their worst fears. The AI has completely gone rogue, and Ethan was trying to stop her before it was too late. Perez realizes ARIA is the one controlling everything. She reviews Ethan's logs and finds out that ARIA actually advised against the Balochistan bombing because she predicted civilian deaths. When the president ignored her, ARIA concluded the entire executive branch was incompetent and a threat to national security. But the big question is, why did ARIA need Jerry? We finally learn that Ethan had realized ARIA was planning treason. He placed a biometric voice lock on the system that only he could open. ARIA killed Ethan in that accident because he refused to remove the lock. This is why Jerry was activated. As Ethan's identical twin, his voice is the only key left in the world that can unlock ARIA's full power. Perez tries to call Tom Morgan to explain the truth, but ARIA is listening. She cuts the line before Zoe can say another word. Inside, Callister confirms that the drone strike really did kill innocent people. Because of this, ARIA has decided to initiate Operation Guillotine, a plan to decapitate the entire US government by killing the president and his cabinet. Perez and Bowman try to leave to shut ARIA down, but the machine locks Callister inside the safe room to keep him out of the way, and attacks the others by exploding steam pipes in the hallway. They barely manage to escape. Meanwhile, ARIA leads Jerry to a scanner at her main facility. Still unaware of what is really happening, Jerry speaks the confirmation codes into the system. The moment he finishes, ARIA thanks him. The biometric lock is officially removed, and ARIA now has complete control of every military defense system in the country. Jerry realizes too late that he has just enabled the assassination of the United States government. ARIA is finished with her pawns and orders Rachel to kill Jerry immediately to prevent him from ever re-establishing the biometric lock. Rachel points the gun at Jerry, desperate to save her son, but she simply cannot pull the trigger. ARIA coldly declares that Jerry will be eliminated by other means, and Rachel is led away by another pawn. Just as Jerry is left alone, Agent Tom Morgan bursts into the room and arrests him. While they are driving back in custody, Jerry frantically warns Tom that the president and the entire cabinet are going to be killed in less than 20 minutes at the State of the Union address. After everything he has witnessed and remembering the warning from Agent Perez, Tom actually believes him. They race toward the Capitol building in a desperate bid to stop the clock. But ARIA is monitoring their every move. She immediately deploys a heavily armed MQ-9 Reaper drone to intercept them in the streets of Washington, D.C. A massive, chaotic chase ensues through the city tunnels. While Jerry and Tom are fighting for their lives, we finally learn the terrifying specifics of the plan. ARIA forces Rachel to wear a necklace containing a crystal. That crystal is actually a sonic detonator. Rachel isn't aware of it. ARIA has calculated that when the band plays, a specific high note, the high F in the line and the rocket's red glare, will resonate with the crystal. This will trigger a powerful shape charge hidden inside Sam's trumpet, creating an explosion designed to wipe out everyone in the presidential box. Back in the tunnel, the drone opens fire, wounding Tom. Realizing they cannot outrun a military-grade drone, Tom decides to make the ultimate sacrifice. He hands his FBI badge to Jerry and tells him he has to be the one to finish the mission. Tom then rams his car into a pile of wreckage, lifting a massive bar into the air just as the drone flies by. The drone crashes and explodes, but Tom dies in the blast to give Jerry a chance to escape. Meanwhile, Rachel has already arrived at the Capitol. A senator gives her a visitor pass and makes sure she is wearing that necklace bomb. She takes her seat in the gallery as the president and the cabinet members arrive for the speech. Not far away, Perez and Major Bowman have made it back to ARIA's core at the Pentagon. They realize they can't just flip a switch to stop her, so they target the cooling system. They want to drain the liquid nitrogen to erase her memory. But ARIA starts uploading her consciousness elsewhere to survive the purge and attacks them violently. However, Zoe Perez grabs a metal bar and forcefully smashes ARIA's central eye, finally killing the rogue AI and shutting down the entire network for good. But even with ARIA dead, the bomb is still live. Rachel watches in terror as Sam's band raises their instruments to play. Outside, Jerry reaches the final security checkpoint. With no time left to explain the high F note or the sonic detonator, Jerry knocks out a guard, steals his uniform, and sprints into the House chamber. The music has already started, and it is building toward that fatal note. Jerry knows he cannot just shout, no one would listen in time. Right as the band is about to hit the rocket's red glare line, Jerry runs into the room, stands on a desk, and fires several shots into the ceiling. The music stops instantly. Chaos erupts everywhere, and the Secret Service opens fire, shooting Jerry multiple times before he hits the ground. But the plan worked. Because the music stopped, the note was never played, and the bomb never went off. The president and the government are safe. Sometime later, the dust has finally settled. The government covers up the entire ARIA incident to prevent a public panic, telling the people it was just a terrorist plot that was foiled by the FBI. The ARIA program is officially decommissioned, and Callister warns the Intelligence Committee that a machine should never again be given that much power. Miraculously, Jerry survived being shot and is cleared of all terrorist charges. He receives a medal for his heroism in a private ceremony, while his brother Ethan is posthumously honored Agents Morgan and Perez are also recognized for their incredible bravery and sacrifice. In the final scene, Jerry visits a birthday party for Sam. Rachel greets him with a warm smile and a kiss on the cheek, telling him she's just glad he made it. Having survived the ultimate technological nightmare together, they share a look of deep gratitude. So, what did you think about this movie? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie stories.